What's going on, Cherry Cultists? It's the Deadly Cherry here, back at it again with another banger video to beat your meat to. Today we're going to be doing another tier list video. This is going to be which Smash Bros characters would be chill to smoke with. Alright, so let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. And fuck, sorry, I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready to make this video yet. All right, look, I'm just not ready. Give me a minute. Let me get in my zone. Let me just get in my zone real quick. All right. All right, we are here. We are in it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. All right, and before we dive right into this, I'm just going to go ahead and explain these tiers real quick. So, always in rotation means obviously they are always invited to the sesh. These are our top smokers here, big chillers, if you will. Next up, we got mostly toasty. As it implies, most of the time they're going to be pretty chill, but not in every sesh. They're not going to be invited to like every single sesh, you know. All right, now we got rare invite. Obviously this means they're not going to be the best to smoke with, so if we have like seats we need to fill, we'll invite them, but other than that, they're not going to be there. And finally, we have the buzzkill / fuck off tier. Obviously I am not smoking with anyone in this bar here for any reason. All right, but now that we've gone over the tiers, let's just go ahead and dive into this list. First up, we got Bayonetta. Oh my God, y'all already know. Come on, she could like summon up some crazy demon pack. It'd be great. There's no other reason for it. There's no other reason. All right, next we got Bowser. I feel like Bowser would try to get us off that fucked up and evil pack, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he'd lace that shit with Fent. But I feel like he could be a good time every now and then, you know. We're gonna put him in rare invite. That's gonna be our first rare invite. All right, now we got Bowser Jr. This is literally just like a child shittier version of Bowser. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Dirty ass kid. Next up, we got Captain Falcon. I feel like Captain Falcon would be just a really cool guy overall, so I'm gonna put him in always in for me. Next up, we got Charizard. Now, if you've seen the show, Charizard's kind of a dickhead, alright? But it would also be kind of cool for him to use Flamethrower and like spark up like 20 at once. I feel like that'd be kind of dope, so we're gonna put him in mostly toasty there. Alright, and coming up next, we've got Chrom. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I haven't played any of the Fire Emblem games, so Fire Emblem characters I don't know a goddamn thing about. Chrom in the game kind of comes off as a little bitch boy though. If I'm gonna just keep it a whole stack with you, he comes off as a little bitch boy. So we'll put him in rare invite. He might be there, maybe. Coming up next, we got Cloud. Man, Cloud is just top dog. He might be silent most of the time while we're chilling, but he's gonna be a real chiller, you know. We're gonna put him in mostly toasty. All right, next up we got Corrin. Once again, this is from a game I'm not familiar with, but they seem pretty fucking cool in my opinion, a lot cooler than fucking Chrom, so we're gonna put her in mostly toasty. All right, next up we got Princess Daisy. I feel like she gives off like that tomboy attitude kinda, so I feel like she'd be just a real chiller to smoke with. We're gonna put her in always in. Next up we got Dark Pit. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can't remember if Pit or Dark Pit are minors, children, but this is like the fucked up and evil version of the good one. So like we're gonna put him in Buzzkill because I'm just not having some rampant ass toddler whining the whole fucking sesh, you know. Oh, I'm too high, call an ambulance. I ain't having that shit. Coming up next, we got Dark Samus. I'm not a big Metroid guy. Someone will have to correct me here. Isn't Dark Samus like an alien like clone of the original Samus? Correct me if I'm wrong there, but either way, I feel like they wouldn't get as high as I'd want them to during the sesh. But we're gonna put them in rare invite just in case. Maybe they pull up with that crazy like galaxy pack, you know? Not the galaxy gas, but the galaxy gas. You know what I'm saying? Next up, we got Diddy Kong. And fuck this stupid little chimp. That's gonna be a buzzkill for me. Next up, we got Donkey Kong, Big DK. You know what I'm saying? He'd be pulling up with the bongos. He'd be making it a whole good sesh. It'd be a great time. It'd be a great time. I'm gonna put him in always in. All right, next up, we got Dr. Mario. Being a doctor, he would probably advise against smoking. So I don't think he would even want to participate necessarily. But just in case he does, we'll send out that rare invite. Just in case he wants to move away from his boring life of saving people's lives. You know, what a lame thing to do. Am I right, guys? All right, hold up. Next up, we got the Duck Hunt Dog. I'm gonna just keep it straight with you, all right? I'm gonna just keep it straight with you. If I see this fucking dog in my life, I'm pulling out the light gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm blasting this motherfucker. It's on sight. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this dog. Coming up next, we got Falco. It's the beak that concerns me. How is he gonna smoke it up with that beak? So I feel like if we were to invite him to the sesh, he would just like pinch down on it with his fucking beak and it would just destroy the blunt, ruin the whole sesh. That's gonna be a buzzkill for me. Coming up next, we got Fox. And I'm no furry or nothing, right? Like disclaimer, I'm not a furry. I'd fuck the shit out of Fox. But no, Fox would be alright. Definitely better than Falco, because he wouldn't crush the blunt in one thing. But I feel like with all his like fighter experience, he'd have some cool stories to tell. We're gonna put him in always in. Coming up, we have the embodiment of evil, Ganondorf. And I'm gonna just keep it real. I feel like Ganondorf would just bring the whole mood down during the sesh. It'd be cool to have him every now and then, but no, that's gonna be a rare invite for me. Next up, we got Greninja. Don't get me wrong, Greninja, badass Pokemon. But I don't know about him hitting the blunt. Like his whole scarf, that's his tongue, right? So he's gonna hit that shit like once or twice, pass it, and that you're gonna get that shit handed to you, and it's gonna be like soaking wet. You know what I mean? I'm just not into that. That's a buzzkill for me. Next up, we got the Ice Climbers, and for some reason they have them both here, but they also have them both here. I don't really know the difference between them, to be honest. With like personality-wise, I don't know what the difference is. We're just gonna put them all together though, and I feel like they would be annoying little rats. So we're just gonna straight to buzzkill, straight to buzzkill. Get out of here. All right, next we got Ike. I played a fuck ton of Ike when Smash Bros. Brawl came out. He was like one of my goats before I discovered the Meta Knight meta. But Ike's really chill. He fights for his friends, I think. That's gonna be mostly toasty for me. Next up, we got Incineroar. I don't know, man. I'm not a furry or nothing, but like I'd fuck this shit out. But no, in all seriousness, I feel like this is just a big fluffy cat with the same perks that Charizard has, being able to just like probably spark a blunt like instantly, you know, with the firepower they have or something. And being a cat, that puts them above Charizard, so that's going to be always in rotation, just logically, you know what I mean? Coming up next, we have the Inkling from Splatoon, the Splatoon games. I'm 99% sure this is a child, right? But like, let's put the age out of the way. This squid would hit one fat smoky smoke and would dry the fuck up and die. Let's keep it a buck. I ain't having that at my sesh, alright? Unless we trying to get some calamari up in this bitch, stay the fuck out of here. Alright, next we got Isabelle from the Animal Crossing series. I feel like she's a hard worker. She works at her desk job all day. I feel like she'd be a relaxing person to be around after hours, you know, taking a little edge off work and type shit. So that's going to be mostly toasty for me. Mostly. I'm doing it again. I did this in the last video. I keep calling it mostly toastly. It's mostly toasty. Let's see how many times I fuck it up. Keep a counter on screen, future me. Alright, next up we got Ivysaur, and I feel like a huge benefit with Ivysaur, right? What if he could just bloom his own buds, you know? That's like an infinite source there. That's like a must-have for any sesh. An infinite source, dude? Come on. Coming up next, we got Jigglypuff. I do like Jigglypuff. I'm a big Jigglypuff fan, I'm not gonna lie to you. But also, I don't want to be in the middle of my sesh and hear a song and pass out. I feel like that would... I don't want to fall asleep during a big sesh. Come on. So I feel like they'd get a rare invite from me personally. Coming up next, we have Ken, big old Street Fighter. I don't think they'd be into smoking too much because they have to stay fit, stay exercised. They have to keep their lungs healthy. So I just feel like they personally wouldn't be up to it, but I would send them an invite just in case. All right, now we got King DDD, and if anyone on this list is gonna be a pothead before I make this list, it's gonna be him. All right, he's gonna be coming in with the big puffs, probably like a big old stogie like this big, just puffing that shit. That'd be insane. So we're gonna put him in mostly toasty. All right, now we got King K. Rool. All right, now listen, King K. Rool, right, is gonna get the blunt passed to him, and he's just gonna sit there and babysit that shit. He is just gonna keep going till it's gone and be like, oh, it was short when it was passed to me, you know. Yeah, that's just the vibe I get off of him. It's gonna be a buzzkill. All right, next up we got Kirby. Kirby would actually be pretty dope. Absorbs like a nug or something and just turns into a big Kirby bud, you know what I'm saying? I think that'd be a cool little party trick, and that's probably another way to get the infinite buds, similar with Ivysaur. And as I said before, that's a must-have. Always in for me. Next up, we got that tight little twink femboy. What the fuck am I saying? Next up, we got Link, and I feel like Link would be all right. He wouldn't be much of a talker, obviously, but he'd be all right. He'd be chill every now and then, right? So we're gonna put him in mostly toasty. Coming up next, we have Little Mac, and I feel like similar to Ken, they're gonna be too focused on like their physique, on their stamina to want to smoke. But once again, I'll send him an invite just in case, because he's just that chill. Alright, coming up next, we got Lucario. And hey, I'm not a furry, but I feel like Lucario would be just that edgy dude sitting in the corner of the sesh, not really talking to nobody, but still is kind of like, hey, you smoking that? Let me get a hit off. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a rare invite for me. We just don't have the time or patience for those kind of people. Alright, next up we got Lucas, and Lucas is a traumatized little boy, alright? But that doesn't change the fact that he is still a little boy, so it's gonna be buzzkill. Alright, next up we got Lucina. Once again, I don't know a goddamn thing about this franchise, but I feel like she would just, you know, she would be there. She would be there. I'll put her in rare invite. She's like the family member you like kinda know, so like you invite them because you don't want them to feel left out, but like you don't really know them, you know. That's just the vibe I get. Next up we got Luigi, and all I'm gonna say is free Luigi. Free him, he did nothing wrong. And coming up next we got Mario, the shittier brother, in my opinion. But I feel like he's a mainstay, you know. It's like not quite a group without him, you know, but he's still a shitty person. It's gonna be mostly toasty. Coming up next, we got Marth, and once again, Fire Emblem. I don't really know him, but I feel like Marth is like the annoying little squeaker compared to like a Ike, in my opinion. So that's gonna be a rare invite. Next up, we got Mega Man, and I don't even know what to say about Mega Man, to be honest with you. He looks a little young for me, so I'm gonna just put him in buzzkill. Coming up next, we got Meta Knight. I feel like Meta Knight would be similar to Lucario in how they'd be like kind of the dark, edgy character, but I feel like Meta Knight would be a little more social and outgoing in comparison to Lucario, so mostly toasty for me. Coming up next, we got Mewtwo. They always talking about, damn, she got that Mewtwo build. So, like, why not just invite the source? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Coming up next, we got the Mii fighters. So we got the Brawler, the Gunner, and the Swordsman. The Brawler, I feel like, would be similar to Little Mac and Ken, where they would focus on physique. But they'd be really fucking annoying, so I actually don't want to send them the rare invite. Gunner, I feel like she'd be alright. She'd be kind of chill. I'll put her in mostly toasty. And Swordsman, I don't know, I just get that vibe off the Swordsman, you know. He would not be with it, you know. That's gonna be buzzkill. Next we got Game & Watch, top tier character. But as far as this list goes, how are they even gonna smoke what we got? And let's be honest, they're 2D, and we know my blunts, they're 3D. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, I pack that wood, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a buzzkill. Next, we got Ness. Obviously, child, so no, fuck off. Next, we got Olimar. And I'm gonna put him in mostly toasty just because I think it'd be really funny to see that little fishbowl helmet get fogged up. You know what I mean? Get clouded in there. Now we got Pac-Man. I feel like Pac-Man would bring his own stuff. He would really contribute to the ecosystem that is our weed sessions, me personally. So that's gonna be always in. Next we got Palutena. And oh my god. You already know. I think you already know. She always in for no discernible reason. Coming up next, we got Princess Peach. And for those who know, Princess Peach is actually kind of a badass low-key. So I feel like she would definitely contribute good to the sesh dynamic. So that's gonna be always in. Next, we got Pichu. Stupid little fucking rodent. Get off my screen. Coming up next, it's Pikachu. Once again, stupid little fucking rodent, get off my screen. Now we got the piranha plant. If the piranha plant smoked weed, would that be like cannibalism? Oh no, I'm not here to argue about ethics, so we're just gonna buzzkill for that. Next we got Pit, the original. This is like still the dumb little annoying child that Dark Pit seems to be. Except they're not as bad, but they're still a dumb little annoying child, so that's gonna be fuck off. Next, we got the Pokemon trainer, just the trainer themselves, and I feel like after a long journey, I feel like they could use a little sploogie, you know? I feel like they could use a little puff down. So that's gonna be mostly toasty for me. Next, we got Richter. I feel like he's a little too busy fighting vampires. You know, it's actually funny, we did have Dracula in one of our smoking tier lists. So I feel like he would just be in there just to match with Dracula, see if he can outsmoke him. So that's gonna be a rare invite. I just want to see what happens there, you know what I mean? Next up, we got Ridley. I feel like with that, similar to Falco actually, with that beak-shaped mouth, they would just crush the blunt, alright? It would be not very cool. That's gonna be a buzzkill for me. Next, we got Rob. Now listen, I don't know if Rob is able to even smoke himself. It'd still be pretty cool to have his little laser beam shoot out and spark the blunt. So that's gonna be mostly toasty for me. Next up, we got Robin. And with that book of spells, there's bound to be something that can grow us some more herb. But I also think they would be a shy and quiet person once they start toking that good. So we're gonna put him in a rare invite. Well, no, we're gonna put him in mostly toasty, just for the spells. Next, we got Rosalina, and oh my god! For no discernible reason, we're gonna be putting her in always in rotation. All right. Next, we got Roy. I don't know, man. Roy just comes off as like one of those annoying children, so I'm just gonna buzzkill him. We're just gonna buzzkill him. Coming up next, we have Ryu, and just like Ken and Lil Mac, I'm gonna put them in rare invite. They'd be focused way too much on their fighting and their stamina to even want to smoke. Coming up, we have Samus, specifically the Samus in her suit. I feel like it'd be pretty dope to like find a way to hit it and like, you know, she gets clouded up in there. A whole ass hot box by yourself, a personal hot box. That'd be cool to see. So we'll put her in mostly toasty. Next, we have Sheik, which is nowhere else on this list, I assure you. Yeah, I feel like Sheik would be pretty down to smoke. They'd be really chill with it. We'll put her in mostly toasty. Coming up next, we have Shulk, and I don't quite understand the series they're from, but I think he has like time-bending powers. So imagine we puff down a whole stogie, get to the end, and then he's like, and it just reverses the smoked effect, and it just goes back to being a full fatty. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. We'll put him in mostly toasty. Coming up next, we got Simon, and I feel like Simon would be too busy hunting down Dracula, but just same reason as a Richter here. I feel like they would want to come and try to outsmoke the big guy, so we'll put him in rare invite just to see that showdown. Next up, we got my boy, Solid Snake, my man David. Oh man, after everything Snake goes through, he deserves a little puff. You know what I'm saying? just a little puff. Now we got Sonic. I feel like Sonic would always just try to be like top of the line funny, and I feel like it would get old quick. So we're gonna put him in rare invite just for the annoying factor there. Next we got Squirtle. Listen, out of the original 3 Pokemon, I chose Squirtle, alright? I was a Squirtle main. I was a Squirtle enjoyer, alright? But man, one like bubble or water gun, and that blunt is soaked, not being sparked, so that's gonna be a buzzkill for me. Toon Link, he's definitely not gonna be as chill as just regular Link, so it's gonna be a whole ass buzzkill. Next we got the Villager from Animal Crossing, and I feel like this guy's a fucking psychopath. Does anyone else get that vibe? The Villager is just a fucking psychopath in this game. So that's gonna be a buzzkill. Next we got the Wii Fit Trainer. Now I feel like, unlike the other characters here who would probably want to focus on their fitness, Wii Fit Trainer would definitely focus on the fitness too, but would also like to have fun with it, I feel like. That's just the vibe I get off her, so that's going to be mostly toasty for me. Coming up next, we got Wolf. I feel like he's fucked up and evil, but once again, he'd probably pull up with that wild space pack, so that's going to be a rare invite for me. Next up, we got the homie, Yoshi. I don't know, Yoshi's the homie, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they would just get in the way trying to puff, you know. Alright, now we got Young Link. Young is literally in the name. Get this child out of here. Alright, now we have Princess Zelda, who appears nowhere else on this list. But I feel like she would definitely be a big chiller when she starts hitting the za. So that's going to be mostly toasty for me. Alright, now we got Samus specifically out of her suit, which in my opinion makes it a little less fun than in the suit. But also, there's no discernible reason why I would put her in always in rotation, so I'm going to do that. Next we got Wario. I feel like Wario's greedy ass would be like King K. Rool, but he'd go a step further, right? He wouldn't just hog and babysit the blunt. He would like, it would get passed to him and he would just walk off with it. You know what I mean? That's his thing. I guarantee it. Alright, we're down to the last row here. Coming up next, we got Joker, and I don't know shit about Persona, alright? But he kind of has that cocky attitude to him. But I feel like he would still be a good addition to the sesh most of the time, so that's going to be mostly toasty. Next, we have the hero from Dragon Age. This character is like a brick wall, absolutely no personality. So we're going to do rare invite for that. Now, I'm assuming the way they have the image positioned here, we're supposed to be just doing Kazooie for this one and Banjo for the next one. So Kazooie, we've been over the beak situation. That's going to be a buzzkill. Banjo, however, I feel like he would just be a big old chiller once he got puffed out. We'll put him in mostly toasty. Alright, next up we got Terry, and I'm just going to put him with the fitness guys. I don't have to explain that again. You've heard that enough. Alright, look, you're going to have to forgive me. All of these fucking Fire Emblem characters look exactly the same. Pale skin, blue hair. You'll have to forgive me. I actually don't know who the fuck this is. So just right off the bat, you're out of here. Alright. Next up, we have Min Min from the game everyone forgot about. Everyone has actually forgot about this game. But I feel like she'd be cool in the sesh. She has those springy arms. She could like pass the blunt to someone from like across the room. I think that'd be kind of cool to see, but we'll put her in mostly toasty. Coming up next, we got Minecraft Steve, baby. Oh my god, we already know. He up there. He in that shit. Alright, next up we got Sephiroth. He falls into that category for me where yes, he's fucked up and evil, but he seems like he'd be a chill guy after a few tokes. So we'll put him in rare invite. So we got Pyra and Mithra here. And once again, they put them together in one image, but separate, like immediately after. But like, I don't know, I get that vibe that they're just like really annoying, you know? But also, they got nice tits, I ain't gonna lie. So that's gonna be always in for me. That's gonna be always in. Alright, next up we got Kazuya here. And he'd be definitely fucked up and evil, alright? Don't even get me wrong. But I feel like he'd be kind of chill after a few puffs. He'd be like, you know what? Let me show y'all my demon form. Spark up this rig with my laser beam. I feel like that'd be chill. So that's gonna be rare invite. And finally, we have Sora, the final character here. And I think y'all already know where I'm gonna put Sora. You know, it's no secret. Get this dumbass little kid off my shit. You know what I'm saying? Get this dumbass little kid up off of my shit. And here is the final list, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching this all the way through. It has been an interesting time here. And if you don't know, I've already done 2 more of these videos. I did one for Dead by Daylight Killers, and I did one for the Dead by Daylight Survivors as well. I'm trying to branch out into other games, if you couldn't tell, because I feel like this would be kind of fun to do with other games that have many playable characters. But yeah, thanks for watching my dog shit recording. Really appreciate you once again. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. That's a massive goal, and I'm gonna try it. You know, I'm gonna fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? But yeah, peace out.